Hey guys, so this is iPadOS 16 running on my 4-year-old 2018 iPad Pro with a 12X processor, and it's running beautifully, I would say. So first of all, let's do a quick check. So this is indeed iPadOS 16. Okay, so here I have Stage Manager enabled, so it should work as expected. So let's see how Stage Manager runs with multi-window support on this 4-year-old iPad with 4 GB of RAM. Let's pull up Notability here. You can see we can easily resize it. And let's pull up GoodNote here. Automatically full screen, but let's resize it. So you see there are only a number of size options that you can actually resize to. So you see it snaps like this, so you cannot freely resize as you would on an Android device or on a Windows device. So that's two. Let's try to open another one, maybe this time Documents. Okay, yes, it works flawlessly. So 3 of them fully functional here. And let's try one more, Safari. Okay, Safari works fine. Okay, so 4 apps running simultaneously on this device with 4 gigs of RAM. Okay, let's see what happens when you open another app. Let's try Photos. Okay, one of those has to be closed, right? You see, so maximum 4. So 4 is working just fine. Right, so it's here. It's Notability. Let's pull it out, see what happens. Okay, GoodNotes goes back. So you see, only 4 maximum. But it works flawlessly, I would say, with 4 gigs of RAM. Way to go, Apple. They actually did find a way for this to work. Previously, it would only work on M1 devices and above. Now, the big question is, what about apps that are not natively resizable, like settings, right? So there are many use case scenarios where I have to use other apps and then I want to quickly check my settings, see how it's like. You pull up settings like this. Okay, so it's still this big pain, but let's see if you can resize it. Oh, you can actually resize it, but there are only two sizes that you can do. One like this, and 2 super small like this. This looks really weird, but I don't know if this is a bug, but well, it works. It works. Okay, and these little tiny icons, that's very interesting. Okay, what else would you like to see? Okay, what about games? Can games run on little windows? Okay, let's try with Asphalt. See what happens. So it does open like this. So as you can see, Asphalt is running on this little window. Let's see if we can resize it. Oh, okay. I think this is all we can do. Now, let's push this device to the maximum limit. Let's try opening another game on top of it. Let's see if it can handle that. Huh. It's working just fine. Wow. That's awesome for 4 gigs of RAM. Let's try another game. I don't have that many heavy games here, but let's try Subway Surfer. Wow, it does open on this little window. So if you want to play games in class or something, I can't really think of a scenario where you will play a game on this tiny window. But wow, it does work. Amazing. Okay, so this works too. Looks like it's still open. This one, still open, still running. Wow, man, so A12X, huh? It's pretty big. Okay, so it looks like this guy is loading. Let's try pulling up another game. How about I don't really have. How about Monument Valley? Look at that. Runs beautifully. Of course, this guy's still loading. And you can actually drag the windows as well. Wow. Let's see how much power it actually draws. Okay, so I have this little tiny device here which can measure the amount of wattage it's drawing from the power supply. So let's see how much power it actually draws from here. So you see, it's actually 32 watts. That's a lot. Okay, of course this is intensive anyways. And of course this is still running. Wow, running like a champ. Impressive, really impressive, Apple, for a 4-year-old device that can run this smoothly. Of course, okay, now you start to see some lagging there. Okay, I'm pushing this iPad to its very limits. You see, this is the first time I've seen it reacts like this. Very interesting. Okay, so it looks like Apple hasn't really thought it through. Well, okay, that's enough. I'll give you a rest. So that was quite impressive actually. Let's see what it looks like on the multitasking front. Okay, so the apps that are open, they're grouped together here, and you can actually manually close each of the apps, right? That works pretty well. So you can swipe up all these games that I opened just now. Wow, 4 games at the same time. Quite impressive. Way to go, Apple. So this is just a quick look of how Stage Manager on iPadOS 16 runs on this 2018 11-inch iPad Pro with a 12X processor and 4 gigs of RAM. Wonderful, Apple. You did a great job. If you want me to cover more of how iPadOS 16 runs on this device, please subscribe. Thank you.